All right, first two breaks have two left and one left, and we got a little half feast just waiting for us. 100% on purpose, nothing, because I pulled up next to them and just opened. Your... Ding! You can't. You can't be. Twitch slacking on the notifications. Which notifications? Oh, that's because I didn't have the proper headphone output. That's my B. Dang, you're trying to copy Bowling Kid by gifting Pokemon Community Game. All right, let me lay out the first break. You're trying to get in with the bots. It's like T2. I don't even know what that means, dude. Tier 2, dude. Tier 2 armor set. I don't even know what raid that's from. Is that from Blackwing Lair? You don't even know what that is, dang. Terminator 2? You're not Skynet, dang, okay? Just relax. Terminator 2. I watched the newest one they had on Netflix, and honestly, I was about like, it was it was like a 4 out of 10 for me. I watched it because there was nothing else to watch, but like it was okay. Chucky. Honestly, I'm surprised we made it this far anyway. And by us, I mean humans. There's been a bunch of near misses. We're on borrowed time. This way, you just gotta live it up. You got to live life a quarter mile at a time. And I made recently, like I was practicing what I preach. You know what I did? I took this this boat anchor of a player on my fantasy team, and I threw him away. I threw him right out. Because life's too short to have a bad running back on your fantasy team. You know. I think anyone can agree that was a teachable moment. Most villainous to my points. I play you this week. Well, here's the thing. I can't make the bad decision of putting in a bad running back when I don't have the bad running back. Honestly, I was gonna do it last week, but like, I saw that they were playing the Bears, and there was like a glimmer of hope in my eye. I was just like, oh, maybe this is the week, and it wasn't. All right, first two breaks are full. And you know what else? Nick didn't update the spots, so now I have to do it. So that's good. Makes me real happy. Next time I see Nick, I'm throwing like a bottle of water at his car. I'm gonna put a potato in his tailpipe. Maybe put like a banana peel underneath his car. When he gets out, he'll slip. Real talk though, are banana peels that slippery? Because I feel like if it landed like the inside of the peel side down, I feel like it would be sticky. It might even give you more traction. One, two, and three. Also, Rocket League has a new game mode, and it's called Spooky Cube. Because that's how you celebrate Halloween right there. In Rocket League, you turn the ball into a cube, and you put a jack-o'-lantern on it, and you call it Spooky Cube. Someone got paid for that idea. And honestly, like, if you ever get up one day and like you're losing hope, like you're just not finding your calling, just know that somebody got paid a good amount of money to come up with Spooky Cube. And you too can get paid for bad ideas. You just gotta put yourself out there. The jump to the conclusions, Matt, has been done before, but like it's been a while since that like movie has been like talked about, so you might have something there. I won't tell if you won't. I don't even know. I hate when Nick puts like what the break used to be because now I'm like cross-eyed trying to figure out what break spot is what. Here's break number one. It used to be three. I don't know. Good luck. Figure it out. Well, the good news is I'll be good to go on two of the breaks. All right. Break number 3 is half full. First 2 are good to go, so I'm going to randomize. Yeah, I hope I truly inspired you guys by informing you that someone got paid upwards of probably like at least like 30 grand in salary to come up with a game mode called Spooky Cube instead of anything else other than that. Should have made a mode where like the ball's invisible while it's in the air. Boom. Better than Spooky Cube already. Someone pitched that idea in a boardroom. Alright guys, Halloween's coming up. What should we do? I got it, boss. Spooky Cube. And I'm sorry that I'm really rambling on this one, but it kind of just like, it's one of those things that can cause a brain aneurysm just by hearing it. Bro, why are people beefing in my chat? When I was young. Haley also asked me to put the Christmas tree today, and I was like, it is literally not even Halloween yet. Cover in spiderwebs. Spooky tree. Even better than Spooky Cube. Spooky tree. I like Audrey. That's the kind of thinking that's going to get you in one of those 3-letter offices right there. CEO. What's up, Natalie? Decorate a house, make it all haunted and whatnot. Boom, spooky house. Also better than Spooky Cube. And ding, trying to keep it lighthearted because laughter is the best medicine. Yo, I am so sorry to hear that, Audrey. Congrats on being CEO, first off, but obviously, losing someone is not great. And I hope that everything is going good for you today. What's up, Shadow Man? Well, I witnessed it twice with both of my parents. So I'm aware of, what is going on with you. You're gonna be numb to it, and then eventually you'll have time to actually process it, and then you'll be good. But it sucks, and I'm sorry for that. Cheers to every single one of you. Let's get some heat tonight. And you're not killing any mood. That's just life. It's reality. The only person who kills my mood usually is Ding. Not gonna lie. And that's not being light. It's being serious, Ding. You gotta strive to be the light in the room, not the darkness. Sucking all the happiness out. The force is with. Thank you, and with your spirit. Which I don't like that they switched up the script. I know that happened a while ago. And I grew up in Catholic school, but like I recently had to go back for a baptism. I don't like that they changed. And also with you. They switched up the script. They're like, we need to modernize it. And with your spirit, no. Yeah, why don't you try harder, Ding? I feel like you're not trying hard enough. I do think about you a lot. I think about what sad, sorry people actually like Cam Akers as a football player. Every opportunity I get, I will slam Cam Akers. I will be harmful to his brand. My goal is to get a letter from like his like agent saying like, "Hey, we're gonna do a like a libel lawsuit against you," and I'm gonna be like, "Go ahead, dude, bring it on. I can prove that you scored me no points on my fantasy team. It's not slander." Dude, he's rustling your jimmies. He wants a reaction. I stopped giving him reactions and I roast him, so he's looking for another target. I have not pulled a God Pack yet. Hopefully it's a God Pack Caterpie pack with all the 3 evolutions. Even though I know that doesn't exist. Hey, Azard. I know you're talking to Ding. I'm getting in the middle of it to try and diffuse the situation. I have a feeling when I do get a God Pack, I'm going to get like multiple in a row. .5 points, you know how you get .5 points? Is like, that's like your equipment check. So like you made it to the offensive, your position with your helmet and like your shoes were tied. That's how you get .5. So Aaron, you got that Zard? Let's go. I gotta add it to the counter. Ding, I'd ask you for your legal advice, but I feel like you're just not going to answer me, and you probably don't know what we're talking about. If I got reached out by like an NFL player's organization saying that I'm slandering him, but all I said was he's a bad player and didn't score me any points, That could be proven for like an entire season. I don't think they have any ground to like actually sue. All right. I thought like your guys' beef was fake, but like for real though. Ding, please. Enough. Another target for your shenanigans. I understand the top 10 points turns into like a big like fiesta of feelings, and I get it, dude. But like we got to reel it in. We gotta have a kumbaya right now. The publicity of the person. Well, all I'm doing is factually saying that this guy is a dud because he has scored me 0 points. Mr. Red, you're not helping. You're throwing. You see me like extinguishing, and my guy comes right next to me, and he starts throwing the gasoline back on. I would be. I'm trying to defuse the situation, please. Stoke the flames. Oh man. You guys are like me when I play Rocket League and I have a like I'm gonna get perma banned. I can't not type to people sometimes when I see certain things. Well, I'm just commenting on scores that are provided via a website based on his performance in games. Bolton. I gotta let it out, but I'm gonna lose my account on Rocket League. Because all it takes is one offended person to report me, and I don't even say anything. Just take the ban. You're up to a 3-month ban now. This is very off-centered, by the way. I mean, every time I do go off, I feel like I've kept it pretty tame, too. Even when I got banned, like, it wasn't even me going off. I was like, hey, if you queue for a ranked game, do you think you could, like, you know, not go, like, AFK? All right. Enough. Ding. No more. Real man, no more. And honestly, Ding, you've been the provocateur as of late. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, dude, but it's not working. I'm gonna put you in the corner. I gotta give credit where credit's due. You've been the provocateur lately. Just enough. What do you mean, what? You have like been popping off unprovoked for like the past couple streams. And mind you, it does go back and forth, but I have to see who starts it every time. And I love you both, and I want you both to stop, please. Like, it was fun at first, now it's turning into, like, actual, just, like, a nuisance. I'm sorry if you guys don't like each other. You guys got no reason to beef with each other, like legit. You're both awesome. I love you both. Red, being a third party is acceptable in any battle royale game. This is not one of those times. It's also acceptable in DayZ. Not in this situation, please. Thoughts on Dark Souls for the Switch? I've never been like a real like Dark Souls fan, to be honest. So it's kind of up to you. If you have a PC, you should probably just buy it on PC. I was looking through my Steam games. I need another water. I was looking through the games I had on Steam, just random ones that I could do playthroughs on. I actually have Fallout New Vegas, and I was kind of had a hankering to play it. So, potentially. I mean, Red, what they probably do, they probably scale back the graphics big time. A lot of like the extra textures so that it runs smoothly. That's why certain games like that run smoother on console. They just have way less graphics and other things. It's actually driving me nuts that I still can't play Lego Rock Raiders. In order for the game to run, you have to download an emulated version of like Windows XP and run the game in the emulator of the PC. Because no one made a modern port that can run the game. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a story mode game. Unless you're playing the mode where like people can invade you and whatnot. I still don't know exactly what a Steam Deck is. Does it go off of your computer? And only certain games can be played on the Steam Deck? Because obviously you can't play DayZ on the Steam Deck. It's good for controller games. It's good for like story mode games, probably. Pretty much. For the Switch, like I only play like stuff that I can't play on the computer with. It has a dock you connect to the TV. I mean, I've seen people do it before, but like you could just run an HDMI to your TV. But I get it. Makes some things convenient. What I wanted to do was buy another couple docks for the Switch so I could like have it for different TVs and you don't have to like unplug everything every time. Scarlet and Violet was a disaster. I mean, it's probably just a standard Pokemon game, right? As of like the more recent ones. It's a very nice trainer. Worse. So maybe I should not play it then. I have to figure out how to run Radical Red. Maybe I'll do that for next stream. Switch it up. Final Fantasy games. Arceus was empty to compensate. I liked Arceus. Honestly, though, like, I didn't really feel myself getting bored with Arceus. Pixel perfect. Well, I mean, to each their own. I felt like it was a unique experience. I actually enjoyed it. All right, break two. I mean, I felt like when I played Sword and Shield, I put it down real quick. Having the one zone in the beginning where you can catch whatever Pokemon you want and leave with like level 100 Pokemon, like there was really no point for me to play the game. I think they need to read the environment. People like across multiple genres are playing hardcore mode, which is like the hardest form of the games. Like people even started doing it on Sea of Thieves, reaching Pirate Legend without dying. Pokemon needs to have a mode where like it's actually difficult. All right, what is jamming up my processes in the background? That could be, I mean, that could be one form of the game being harder, or actually make it challenging. Where like it's a hurdle. Every gym is like very difficult. You amp up the AI and you give them higher level Pokemon. It's like it's not that hard. I gotta change the list. Might be. And you really don't even need to crank it up that much, dude, because like even the original game, it had some challenging parts. As a kid, first time you verse the Elite Four, if you don't have the proper Pokemon for it, you're not going to be over leveled. I want them to put Omega Ruby and Sapphire on the Switch, and they still haven't because they're worried about putting games like Dark Souls on there rather than just games that we want. What's up, Pokemon Collector? Ooh. Arbok. And that is the first God Pack. Wow. That's pretty sick. Oh, yeah. That felt good. We were just talking about it, too. Finally, dude. I don't know how many thousand packs I was going to open. Honestly, Ivysaur and Charmeleon are the most difficult pulls to get. So it's good that it's somewhat guaranteed if you get a God pack. Yeah, now that we saw the first God pack, we're gonna see like a lot more. How many packs? I haven't. That was the first time I've seen it since release. So thousands. I thought it was gonna be the regular full art too. Can there? I'll give a couple Zard bucks. Can there be Can there be variations of a God pack then? Like, could you get the full art instead of the alt, or is it always the alt and then the two non full arts? It's gonna happen, Mister Red. You just gotta give me time. You've seen it's just the starters. What do you mean, like getting the three individual starters? I think this is a gold. That was last pack magic. What a stack, dude. Audrey. It's been a minute since we've seen the gold Mew. Very gradable. I mean, the hits are always there. It's just sometimes people notice more than others. Larvitar. First God pack, though, finally. I had a feeling it was going to be today. Watch Alt Gengar in the same break. How have the ETBs been treating you? Very good. You just been enjoying them piecemeal? You gonna keep any sealed? Because I would recommend, you know, keeping at least one. Zapdos Alt. That's a good one. Yeah, now that we saw the first God pack, I think I think we're gonna like, especially the next break. I think we're gonna see maybe multiple in one break. You're keeping at least one sealed. I think they make acrylic boxes for the ETBs. What's up, Sven? How's it going? Came in here for the first God Pack. Whenever I see your name, dude, it reminds me of Dota 2. I don't know if you're aware, but your name is an actual character in Dota 2. He was really good back in the original games. I don't know how he is now. He had like a big AoE stun. Just smacked people. I feel like we've had that conversation before, but I just had to remind you. Houndoom. One of your employees gave you his childhood binder. Oh, did you? I gotta take a look then. You could post it in our Discord too. That way everyone can enjoy it. Exclamation point Discord. If you use it. If not, never mind. Anything crazy? Dude, finding those binders is such a, like, absolute treat. I've had the pleasure more than once where, like, I have, like, family members or friends reach out and they're like, come, can you look through my binder and tell me if, like, you know, I should be taking some of these cards out? And I was like, absolutely. All it takes is that just the one or two gems in there. Only thing that sucks is binders usually over time always cause some sort of stress on the card. It could be a rare occasion as of late because I feel like everyone knows what to look for, or like a good number of the population. It's harder to find those things at garage sales now. Southern Isle, those are beautiful promos. I still have yet. I have the pleasure. I've not had the pleasure of seeing one in person. You guys, Snorlax EV Tag Team Full Art. Oh, that's easy. Oh, hopefully you were honest with him, because I'm always honest with the people that ask me. Because there's plenty of scumbags out there that'll just, you don't got nothing, but I'll take the binder for $20, you know. And they all of a sudden, that same friend sees you driving around in a new vehicle. But I haven't had the pleasure of seeing one of the rarest errors, which is I think it was the Mewtwo movie promo, but the stamp is upside down and on the inverse corner. It's like, instead of the bottom right, it's like the top left and it's upside down. That's one error that I would love to see in person. More than likely, that person, it's usually the case that's like the same for like most people. They don't want to do the work of like getting it graded and whatnot, but then they're going to want money that's closer to the graded amount. Well, if he does that, just hopefully it's with you. If they weren't invested enough to do the homework themselves, then chances are they're not going to be that invested to like taking the time and protecting them and everything. It had tons of gem cards put in a binder, never touch. Should I do grading? Let you know when it uploads. I mean, you got to look at the surface of the cards under a light, you know, angle it like so you could see if there's any scratches, kind of like what I'm doing right here. And then, you know, take a look at the centering. If it's anything first edition and it looks okay, like you should probably grade it anyway. I feel like people have the misconception where, like, if it doesn't get a 10, like, oh, it's worthless. It's like, nah. Even if it's a 6 or a 7, it's worth more than it was. Well, for sure. Like, if you can't afford to just grade it all, you definitely got to have, you know, you got to make a pile, and then the pile's got to get smaller every time. Dude, I gotta get all three of the God Pack together. That was honestly, like, it felt amazing. I love that. It's a beaut. I mean, not even looking at the video, you should definitely grade. Like, 100%. Okay, why is my computer freaking out right now? Yeah, they'd rather have the raw card so they can grade it themselves. Sven, let me give you an example, okay? Especially like post-COVID, where everything went up and is still going up, I I had cards that were like that I knew were not going to 10. They were probably going to be like sixes or sevens, and I was waiting on them. All of those cards got sent already, and I graded them all from my childhood. Like, over time, at least if it's a 7, it'll stay a 7. And a lot of times, they're still worth a good amount of money. It's going to be worth more than what you paid to grade it, majority of the time. And if it isn't, just wait, and it will be. But that's awesome, dude. Congrats on that. It's, especially these days, it's a very rare occurrence to just have something like that land and kind of fall in your lap a little bit. And another piece of advice, but to each their own, I wouldn't sell everything right away. Unless, like, you're, experiencing organ failure and you need the money for, like, a new organ or something. If that's your cost, okay, so the binder is now yours. It's not even your buddy's. I misconstrued the situation. These cards that you got are assets. You're going to want to grade probably all of them. I understand if you can't do it all at once, but at least, the highlights. It's the best thing you could do. I am in the process of grading everything for my collection. Not even all at once, but like good chunks of it. It's the best thing that you could do. So like, if you need me to tell you it's a good idea, I don't even need to look at the cards, dude. I could tell you right now, do it. Like, it's a good move. It's a move that really, there's not going to be a situation that you're like are regretting doing that. And again, dude, congrats, because stuff like that it's hard to come by. And you should definitely feel good that, like, you get an opportunity to do that. Because honestly, aside from the money and everything, it's so much fun. Grading stuff for your own personal collection or investment, whatever. Investment aside, it's honestly like there's nothing better than getting graded cards back. It's like Christmas. And honestly, like, even if you're not in it, let's go completely objective and not subjective and feeling and all that. Strictly from the money point of view, you are going. It's easier to sell the cards once they're graded and authenticated. It's easier to like list things for certain prices. Obviously, list them for what you want, but it just makes your situation way better by grading everything. I'm out of paper. I was gonna catch it, but apparently not. Nick posted another 2 breaks, by the way. Since these are half boxes, let me grab some fresh boxes because I want to keep the smaller ones pre-made. I got them right here. I might as well just use these for now. Right, that's what I'm saying. You don't get it graded and sell it right away. Right now, the market's down across the board on everything, not just Pokemon, just like the world. You wait till all this crap passes. Then you actually, if you want to, then you cash out. You got it for a Switch, which I'm not going to ask questions if the person just didn't give a crap or what, but like if that's one of your employees, I think you give him a little a little extra 30 minutes on his lunch or something. I mean, here's the thing, real man. I didn't even look at it, but assuming they don't all get 10s over time, you could probably hit that number pretty easily. In the current environment, probably not, because this is people need money to like pay for things right now. That's just like the environment of the world right now. It's not great. In binders, for sure, it can be a little bit of a dang, dude. He just wanted another Switch because his what? Dude, what kind of heartless person would take that away from him? Honestly, I'm happy he got a Switch now. He probably could have bought a couple Switches with the binder, but hey, I'm sure he was somewhat aware. Regardless, here's the God honest truth. Okay, it's not your job to educate people. And this is like, I've seen this conversation before. You hooked him up with it? No, yeah, Sven, you got the binder. That's it. That's life. There's no moral obligation there. In my opinion, all parties involved have the capability to do their own homework. Well, his needs for a Switch outweighed doing any homework or effort towards those cards. I've seen people make Facebook posts and stuff on Reddit where they're like, I got scammed. I asked somebody how much this was worth, and then I figured out later after the person who I was selling to gave me that information, it was wrong. And it's like, wait a minute. You're just lazy. What do you mean? But I mean, regardless, Grats on a really, that's sick. I love it. I'm happy for you. Not an ounce of envy, dude. Like that's just pure like I know how that feels, and I'm happy that you feel it right now. 27. Because here here's the truth. If anyone ever like shames you or anything, which they shouldn't, if it wasn't you who made that trade, someone else was going to. Someone else was going to prey on that situation, probably worse than anything that you did. Hell, he might lose that in a divorce. It's probably good. 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Three, 6, 9. I mean, bro, this is the real world. You can't just like you. Let's say like you overpaid for a vehicle at a dealership. You can't just be like, well, I didn't like the deal, even though I agreed to it and signed all the papers. So I want to undo the deal. This is real life. That's an adult making a decision. Not the greatest, but he made a decision. That's just what it is. As much as I want to agree, have you seen how society is? Yeah. I would make an argument that he's even more in the right making that deal and not educating the other person, even if the person didn't ask or did ask. Everyone has the world of information in their pocket, and it takes 2 seconds. And this isn't even towards your situation, Sven, but we are in a time period where facts don't matter, only feelings. That's even better. You- More importantly, there's no legal obligation to feelings in his situation or in any situation like that. We've had this debate before or discussion, and you should, Sven. Honestly, dude, I have you submitted for stuff to be graded before, so like you're aware of like how to do it. I I think I know what you're saying, real man. I think I do, but to elaborate on it is just not worth our time for both of us. You haven't? Okay. I mean, just keep it easy across the board. I don't think you should even get into BGS versus PSA. Just send everything to PSA. Sven, currently, I only grade people's cards that they get from breaks. And PSA might tack on a, like, if a card is worth a certain amount of money, they might tack on a fee for, like, insurance purposes per card. But essentially, you go to PSA's website. If you're submitting a good amount of cards, you might want to do a membership because I think the pricing is a little bit better. I don't think you should pay more to have it graded faster unless, like, you absolutely need these cards so you could sell them right away. But even in that case, you should probably wait anyway. The only reason why I'm saying no is because for me to charge money to submit those cards for you is going to take time and effort, and it's more of a liability because a lot of those cards could be worth a couple $1,000s. And then when these other fees come up, you're going to be like, oh, wait, how much are you actually charging me? And we don't know yet. You know what I mean? It's just easier to submit it yourself. Hopefully, like, you don't take any offense to that. It's just, I think it's better. It's probably better, too, that you learn how to do it. Just in case it happens again. You'd be lucky finding these binders. Number one thing you're going to need is penny sleeves and semi-rigid top loaders. Semi-rigids are different from top loaders. Top loaders are just standard. Semi-rigid is what you use to submit. You can submit using top loaders, but using their preferred methods, it can only help you. So before you even submit, I would immediately go on to Amazon and just buy semi-rigid top loaders by Ultra Pro and penny sleeves if you don't already have them. I'm sure they'll replace a Dr. Bulldog. As long as you weren't the one that, like, caused that damage. You could, like, prove that it just came like that. Well, I mean, I don't think you can allow yourself to become intimidated when you know what's waiting for you afterwards. It came out of the box that way. Dude, sometimes it happens. These courier companies have been more and more, like, just making me scratch my head sometimes. All I can say to you too, Sven, is when you get that submission back, you sit down and you just take it in. Take one card out at a time and just, it's the best thing ever. Oh, for sure. I'm agreeing with you. I thought you meant more so just on. It can be a little bit of a long process. Zapdos. I don't know, dude. All it takes is one package to just fall in transit once, or just bang up against the side of the truck or whatever. You could end up with a crack slab pretty easily. Wigglytuff. My first submission was to BGS. I did. He's going to email you. He was wrapping up last week's shipping. He'll be answering. There's a couple emails he had to answer. I saw your message. Don't you worry. Hopefully in the extra day or so, there'll be an update from PSA. Speaking of which, we should be getting a submission back very soon. That's going to be pretty hype. First half of 151 was okay. Second half is going to bring it all together. I should have opened from the top here, and I think I'm going to switch to it. I like to go from top to bottom. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to what energies are more frequent than the others. I feel like they're all kind of just like the same in a large sample size. Braylon. I still remember my first submission to BGS though. I sent off a first edition Dark Raichu that I cracked open from a different grading company, along with I think I sent maybe 3 total cards just to see how I felt about it. Came back 9.5 and I was like, oh, this is good. And then I just sent probably over 1,000 cards at this point, maybe 5. Last ETB. I have a feeling there might be a God Pack in that ETB. I'm putting it out there. I mean, BGS's system for submitting was always not optimal. Can't tell you how many times I had to fill out that form by hand. but they can be whatever they want to be because they're actually, legitimate. Chestnut. Grass. Well, they modernized everything, dude. It wasn't always like that. Ooh. Did they finish building their second facility? Like, they're building more facilities so they can grade more. Very gradable on that. That's clean for psychic. Josh. Magirna. That's that. I just haven't like done any reading on it. I don't know. I think that would be like a really cool tour to tour one of those facilities. I don't think they do that, but I still think that would be pretty sick. Also the Gloom. Yeah, they shut down until they caught up everything and then slowly opened up so it didn't happen again. It's very easy to see how it happened because people just kept paying for the faster option. So if you have a pile of the faster option and a pile of the regular option, the faster option is always going to have priority, so then the non-fast one is just going to keep growing. Bones Homes. Break 5 sold out. We're opening Break 5 then. Thank you, dude. It's good to see you. Oh, of course. I'm sure they leave out the fact in the videos that their cards, after being, graded by their company, aren't going to be worth anything. I think they leave that part out, right? Sandaconda. I think we're going to see another God Pack tonight. Play the card trick around. Right. not PSA or BGS is the keyword in that one. But yeah, I'm thinking about installing some New Vegas. Maybe play that through on the gaming channel. I feel like that'd be a little bit of a throwback, and I kind of want to replay it again. Since I already have it on Steam, I don't know. I must have bought it on sale at some point. Probably for like a couple bucks. I want to take talents in that game too that like I never usually took, like luck or stuff. Want to sleep? All right. All right. Sorry about that. I was thinking about doing a bug bomb in the attic before like fall and winter hits. Anybody ever done one before? I'm kind of excited. And not that like there's like a problem, but like it's more preventative just in case. A bug bomb like in their house. Like I was gonna do one in the attic before winter. Bro, The Office. That's your reference. All I know is there was like an outbreak of dragonflies this year, and that destroyed all the wasps. And it made me very happy. Double Pikachu. Can we go triple? No. No triple. colorless. This bowling kid. I got all the patio furniture in the shed. I got the snowblower out in the garage. I'm ready for winter, dude. Winter is coming. Jirachi. It's so warm right now at school. It was beautiful out today, but now the temp's dropping again. Just finished Game of Thrones today. Season 8 is so You hadn't watched it before? I also been going to the gym at like right when it opens at like 4 or 5 in the morning. And by the time I'm done is like right when it gets packed at like 6 or 7. I recently rewatched Game of Thrones probably like a month ago. Dude, I got upset when she lost like 2 of the dragons. Just from being negligent dragon owner. I feel like they could have just made armor for the dragons. And Night King is literally just a ripoff of the Lich King. Let's be honest with ourselves. Literally, when he has the Frost Dragon, that scene next to the trailer for Wrath of the Lich King is the same. It's the same video. Almost to a T. That's an alt Ice Rider. Herald. Here you go, Raldy. Well, it wasn't even the guy in the wheelchair that beat him. The guy in the chair. The Night King is Ricky's dad from Trailer Park Boys. Or not the Night King. Bran is. The guy in the chair, Bubs. I've never made that connection before, and I just did now, and it made me laugh. Oh, man. I love Trailer Park Boys. I still have to get the poster signed. Or, not signed, framed. Bran turned into like a little weirdo at that point. He's like, I see it all, everything. I feel nothing. Yeah, because you're paralyzed. What? just staring at Jamie, dude, from a distance. And Jamie's like, "Is he gonna tell everybody?" Because I definitely pushed him out of the tower. Night King definitely fumbled it, though. There were some scenes, like, during the battles where, like, everything just went dark and quiet, and then you're just like, oh. Like, the initial battle, when they're, like, holed out up in the north, where, like, you just see, like, all the horses with the torches go, and then all the torches go out. I was like, oh, this is good. This is not good. Everyone is dead. That was probably like one of the sickest scenes, but also, I don't know what it is with TV. Those dark scenes, that show and other shows like the Ozarks, if you watch those scenes during the day, you can't watch the show because it's just dark. You should never lose that fight. Oh. I mean, yeah. All he had to do was just keep throwing people to get more to his never-ending army. Is that a fleck of hollow that's on the card? Or was that always there? Anybody else see that? I'd have to see another one. I don't know if that's always been there. I feel like I would have noticed that. And I've pulled a couple of those. Okay, so that's an error. There's literally like a protruding hollow coming out of the card. Like it's not even just like indented. Like it's out. It's adding thickness to the card. It's protruding. It's got a contusion. I thought it was a part of like the wrapper that got stuck to it, and it's not. But he didn't even die to the guy in the wheelchair. He died to Arya, which I think is my favorite character in this show. Just joined a league of assassins that ended up being like one dude with a lot of masks. I was happy when that bald monk guy, the eunuch, got killed by the dragon. Even though he shouldn't have, I was like, yeah, good. I didn't like that guy. Well, he was trying to kill all of humanity. He could have just waited. Oops. Low key, Khaleesi did nothing wrong. I think when she invaded the castle and just started burning everything, I think it was a good move. None of those people helped with the Night King up north. Ramsey was demented and evil, but like back in the day, to like rule an entire like country or nation, clan, whatever. I kind of want him on my side. That dude was a lunatic, but like you probably want to keep a couple of those around back in the medieval times. What a mind bend, though, that, like, he pretended to be the guy who breaks what's-his-face out, Greyjoy Theon. And then it ended up that he kidnapped him the entire time. He straight up, like, I mean, I didn't see it coming. Like, the first time I watched it, I was just like, what is going on? He pretended to be, like, just like the janitor that was going to help him. I liked him better as an antagonist than Joffrey. Joffrey was just a little a-hole. Spoiled little brat. For not knowing the North. Well, at that point, they're on the islands, aren't they? Or was he in the North at that point? Bro, I still remember the scene when everyone was cheering for Jon, and you just see Khaleesi looking, and I'm like, oh no, this is not good. Can't just be happy for him. She needs to be worshipped by everybody. Rewatching it, I forgot that he was a Targaryen, too. Dude, also, shout out to Stannis Baratheon. That's what happens when you get fooled by, like, the local, like, donate me money so you can be blessed. She wouldn't have been a good queen. I mean, you got dragons. It kind of doesn't matter if you're going to be good or not. I think Jon should have just shut up and just get your own dragon for free. I think you ride that coattail. Because after you win that, you're kind of just like, you're just sitting good. You know what I rewatched too was Narcos recently. You ever watch that, Real Man? I love that actor who plays Pablo. He was in Elysium as well. He easily could have been as big as Pedro was, legit. Pascal. There was a part that made me laugh at 5 in the morning that he paid like millions of dollars to train birds to stay in a tree, and they kept flying away, and he just starts swearing at the birds. I laughed so hard. It was just random. I was like, it was like 4 in the morning, and I was just like exhausted, just swearing in Spanish as loud as he can. I really like Pablo's cousin in that show too. I think he's an awesome number two to have. Penny sleeves, sir. You saw a video that claimed to be a video of construction workers thinking they found an El Chapo money house. If it was, that would have been the last thing you ever filmed. If you find like narco money like that, you walk away from it. It's not worth it because they will find you. Especially like, it's probably fake because if something like that happens, you don't post it. You just, if you're hoping to get away with any of that money, you say nothing. Not a good look if you're. I mean, you shouldn't do that. Legit. Even if it wasn't narco money, you shouldn't be posting that online. I can't believe that dude had so much money that like he started like burying it in random like just places. He would just like fill an oil drum up full of cash and he would just go bury it somewhere. And then his accountant's name was Blackbeard, like the pirate, and he had all the maps to the cash. It's actually like historically accurate. Oh, it's probably even more, dude. I haven't been reading up on those random facts, but the one that stuck with me was like he spent like 6 figures on rubber bands monthly. Just to rubber band money. It's hard to like even imagine spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on rubber bands just to rubber band money. Okay, I probably gotta update the GPU or something. It's probably been a minute. Or just get a new computer. It's been a couple of years. I I've run this computer into the ground. The biggest downfall for him was the whole plane incident. Oh, of course. Anything where he was just like killing thousands of people was not a good move. But the problem is it went to his head and he thought he was going to be in government, and then once they showed the mugshot, it was over. The one time he got booked. Dude, I would not want to like be a DEA agent in those times. That was probably the worst job ever. It was probably horrifying. You had like such a big target on your back at all times. The fact that he offered to like pay the national debt, which is probably like just trillions of dollars, just to be able to return home. I'm surprised they didn't take that deal, dude. Bills transfer. I recently watched Elysium because it's on Netflix, and I forgot that the dude who plays Pablo is in that movie. I think he's a fantastic actor. He should be in more things. Another Zard. We're somewhat protective of the agent that was killed in Mexico. Yeah. I was reading up and watching some videos that just popped up on my feed about like some of the cartels in Mexico. One of them, Los Zetas, their origins is like it could be a movie. Special forces agents splinter off and just start taking out members of the government, and then they start doing drugs and everything, or dealing drugs. I feel like that's like a variation of like the movie with Nick Cage, The Rock. I'm sure there's a couple good documentaries on that I gotta watch, because it's crazy interesting. And the violence is on a whole nother level. It, like the equivalent would be like having like Green Berets just like break off from the army and like just start taking things out. I'm here to contradict whatever paradigms you might have. $10. See some good stuff. I gotta add that Zard to the counter. Water. Alakazam. Last pack magic. Josh, there you go. Solid break. Not another God pack yet, but at least we saw one tonight already so far. I think we filled up 5. If we fill up 4, I'll open it as well. Not bad. I know there's a Halloween event going on in the Pokemon community game, but I don't know what it's about or like what you got to do. I'm curious. That capture energy with the weird hollow, it's kind of like, it's kind of messing with my head a little bit. It looks like a piece of hollow is just like on top of the card. It's interesting. But like I lightly ran my finger over it, and it's part of the card. It's not like a fleck or like a piece of pack. Solid break. All right. If 5 is full and 4 we're still waiting, I'll skip to 5 for my boy Stefan. Stefan and Sven, dude. Clash of the Titans right here. Warms my heart seeing both of your names in here. I haven't seen you in a bit. Hope life has been treating you well. It's break 5. Sorry, not 4. And if 5 is the last one, we'll open 4 on Friday. Good luck to both of you. All right. Nice little 50-50 throwback for both of you. Ooh. Wow. I've seen 2 tonight. Stefan. And the fire energy is for you, Sven. Comes in, gets one of the rarest cards. Jeez. Maybe we'll see another God Pack. We saw the Gold Mew with the last God Pack. Poliwhirl with Kangaskhan. It's a very good start. You guys are splitting these packs down the middle with these hits. Kangaskhan is for Sven, Poliwhirl is for you. Getting hits in general is difficult out of 151, so very happy to see hits. Fire energy. Alt, Zapdos, and Full Art Trainer. Electric, Stefan, Trainer, Sven. Very good. That is sick. What a stack. Oh, also, Mr. Red, if you're still here, how did that ETB go? If you said it, I either don't remember or didn't see it. Alakazam with Poliwhirl. Full art, all trainer. That was a good stack of 151. A lot of hits for 9 packs. Vesper Queen. That's Psychic. Psychic. Who's got Dark? Sven, if you get the Alt Gengar, you get a case of Obsidian out of Fusion. Ooh, speaking of Dark, clean. It's been a minute since I've seen the regular. Very gradable too. What do we got here? Rhyperior. People already sleeping, huh? And a Zard, dude. Man. Son. Thin on the right. Probably still a 9 though. We're closing in on that Zard record. So you go to the website and it says grade my card PSA. You buy that, but in the notes put what break you were in. So Wednesday break 5 and what card you want graded. So you got to purchase the grading twice. And we essentially just grade cost for that. And then when it comes back, if you buy into a break, we'll just ship it back to you for free. I think turnaround time is 120 days. It's a clean steel. And honestly, both are gorgeous cards. So, congrats on that. That's pretty sick. Bolton. I feel like I haven't been catching anything. Ooh, you got both gold Mews, dude. Double gold Mew break. I don't know if I've done that before. You give Zard bucks for that. You're already a Mew collector if you weren't before. Both are very gradable. I don't know what's going on with that top loader. Trapia. Amount of hits in this break. It's looking like a feast right now. You guys are both doing good. I seriously have not caught anything. Superior. Got something here too. Yo, spicy chicken full art. Sven. Very spice. Not the greatest centering at all. Left side is very thin. Probably an 8. Still gorgeous. And Gold Trainer Last Pack Magic. My gosh. Very good break for both of you. I guess that'll be a good one to end on. Congrats to both of you. So yeah, if you want to get it graded, Sven, before the end of the week, if we already shipped the card to you, then you missed your window, but you have until, Friday. I just recommend to people who tend to forget, just do it right away. Just make sure you put in the notes what break and what card you want graded. And if you don't, that's okay too. It's more there as convenience. Both gold Mews, I think, is a first time, let alone in a smaller break, too. So congrats on that. Alright, guys. That's the last one. Gaming channel tomorrow. Exclamation point gaming. I'm thinking about doing a playthrough. We'll see. Hey, miss you back, Rev Aaron. And I'll make sure to remind Nick. You're always welcome here, my friend. Love every single one of you. You're all beautiful.